First of all, thank you so much for having me on the show, Amit. So I think when it comes to customer experience, right, the biggest change that we're seeing in the industry, like earlier, brands used to be store first, transactions first. Now every business in the digital era has to be customer first, right? Because if you look at the largest digital businesses, whether it's Facebook, Spotify, Amazon, Google, they're all built around customers, in-depth understanding of individual customers. They use that intelligence to either sell us products, sell us ads, optimize search experiences, and so on. But it's all centered around the customer, right? And as every business is undergoing a digital transformation, they also want to move their business to become centered around the customer instead of stores and transactions. But now, as everybody is looking to make this change, like you said, 80% of initiatives fail. And the biggest reason we've seen initiatives fail is because brands buy a lot of technology. They do a lot of implementation. Implementation takes longer. And what is the simplest thing that doesn't happen? They don't get the return on investment. And at the end of the day, if people don't get a return on their money, they're like, this initiative is not working, and they pull away from it. And then they try another initiative, and that cycle repeats itself, right? So the simplest thing for any of these initiatives to work is to deliver a return on investment, right? And that's what every business needs to focus on, not just the technology implementation and what are the possibilities, but how we can actually implement this technology at our business and generate a return on that investment. Like as a simple example, if you look at Amazon, they of course have implemented and spent a lot of money building machine learning models and artificial intelligence models to profile each and every individual customer. But then they use that to recommend us products, and they see our purchases increase, right? 1 in every 3 purchases in Amazon is driven by those recommendation algorithms. And now they've taken that to their point with AWS, they're even outsourcing those algorithms. So that investment they've made, they've been able to monetize that investment and generate a return on that, right? And that's what every company needs to look for. So we originally started Zeno in 2015, building a loyalty program product for small businesses. And in 2019, when we were pivoting away from that business, we started speaking to over hundreds of marketers at large retail companies. And what we realized at that time is marketers are struggling with 2 things. First is deeply understanding their customer behavior. And second, even if the few people were able to understand their customer behavior, they were struggling to utilize that customer behavior to actually run more relevant marketing communications, right? And we realized that this problem, even though we thought it's a solved problem, is actually a highly unsolved problem, and hundreds of marketers are still struggling with it. And that's what led to the birth of Zeno as we know it today. And with a lot of iterations, we finally launched a product in 2020, and we had a great ride post that, right? But obviously not every startup journey is smooth sailing all along, right? And when we were going through this journey, we executed certain initial early pilots where we had failures that we learned from, that we iterated from. We used that to improve our product and to improve our offering. When COVID hit, we didn't have enough money in our bank account, right? And again, that was a very difficult time that we had to go through. We were bootstrapped. But I think luckily we had a really amazing team that was supportive, that believed in the vision, that doubled down on Zeno. And because of that, we were able to pull through. And whatever success we've achieved so far, which is still really early stage, has happened because of the belief of the team in 2020 when COVID hit us, and doubling down to push Zeno to where it is today. The crazy thing is that obviously we feel this as consumers, right? I get frustrated when I get bombarded with communications too. But 83% of marketers themselves, according to the State of Retail CRM survey report, are frustrated sending these blanket communications too, right? So marketers themselves know that this is a problem and they want to solve this. Right. And what marketers want to do is they want to understand all of our behavior as consumers, right? Understand your behavior, my behavior, every individual person's behavior, and then use those insights to send us communications that we actually want on channels that we actually want, right? So if you are buying t-shirts with a brand, or if you are buying formal shirts with a brand, right? The brand ideally wants to communicate with you around those products, or maybe some other products that you are more likely to try. Versus just bombarding you with communications for dresses and pants and tops that you might never buy from that particular brand, just because those are the top selling products of that brand. So I think that's what every marketer wants to do, so that they receive relevant communications. The second thing every marketer wants to do, they know customers hate SMS. They hate getting bombarded by SMS, right? SMS over the long term is a dying channel. So they want to reach out to customers on channels like Facebook and Instagram, where customers, while surfing, even look forward to the ads and click on things, right? And I do that as a consumer, where I click on those ads and go out and buy products, right? So communicating what customers want on the channels where they want them is what marketers want to do. And Zeno's unique differentiation comes in terms of how we enable commerce companies, which is online only D2C brands or omni-channel retailers, to truly understand individual customer behavior, where we've built personas where we can profile each and every individual customer across 16 different parameters, like their favorite product category, their favorite product subcategory, the next best product category, their discount seeking behavior, and so on. And then we're able to utilize these insights using an industry first persona builder to reach out to customers with highly relevant communications that they actually want across channels like Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, where customers can engage more with the brand. And that's really the differentiation that we have at Zeno. I think exactly the same thing, right? And I'll just reiterate. We enable every brand to understand an individual customer at 16 different attributes, and then use those attributes to create highly relevant communication. So for example, let's say I'm running an end of season sale as a fashion brand, or I'm launching a new collection. Typically, I just tell the customer, hey, new collection, sale. And I get bombarded with that communication. Okay. Now what I can do with Zeno is say you're buying t-shirts, I'm buying formal shirts, a third customer is buying dresses, a fourth customer is buying tops. And I can tell them, hey, these are tops that you might like that are on discount right now, or these are tops that we've recently launched in our new collection that you might like to buy. So suddenly that same old new collection communication or end of season sale communication is highly personalized to the customer with content that they actually want, where they can see actual products on Facebook and Instagram and other marketing channels. And that's how we enable brands to personalize their communications. So I think by creating more relevant communication across the channels where customers are present, brands are able to use Zeno to achieve a double-digit uplift in their repeat business, right? Which means if I'm a brand that has 100 crores a year in repeat sales, I can add over 10 crore rupees in revenue to my brand. For example, every time I run communications, right? If a brand was typically doing personalization on SMS today, they will be able to achieve a 30 to 50% uplift in their overall campaign conversions and the incremental revenue driven through those campaigns. Today, we work with industries like omni-channel retailers, right? Across the fashion industry, whether you're selling clothes, you're selling footwear, and so on. Multi-category brands that sell multiple different products, cosmetic and beauty brands, the restaurant industry. We even work across the skin and services industry with salons and other product offerings like that. Then similarly, online only brands that are again selling fashion products, beauty products, food products, and so on. These are some of the industries that are utilizing a commerce marketing automation offering today. Got it. So Zeno today, is present across India and the Middle East. So we work across all the 6 GCC countries and India, and we have clients present across all of those geographies currently. And to work with these clients, right, and on a business model, we've created a performance-based pricing model where we're able to estimate exactly how much incremental business a brand can generate through the Zeno product. And then our pricing model is back calculated from that value that we deliver, right? And that is also one of our differentiators when we go to market. So we of course reach out to customers directly, but we have multiple partners as well. So we have technology partners where we have over 200 plus integrations, and we have deeper business relationships with a few of those technology companies. And on the other side, we also work with resellers who are focused on taking retail solutions to specific markets. So we have all kinds of partnerships already in place, both across India and the Middle East geographies. Right. I think the last 2 years have been very mixed emotions, right? On a personal level, a lot of us have lost family members or friends, right? For our customers, it's been a very hard time from a business perspective, right? And a lot of retailers have lost revenue through this period of time. But on the other side, it's also been a good time for Zeno as a company because it's driven the digital drive. It's driven the digital transformation. It's driven the need to be customer first. And that's led to us grow our business more than tenfold over the last 2 years, both across revenue and the customer base. So I think from a purely business perspective, it's been a very strong 2 years, even though from an emotional perspective, it's also been a very difficult time through that same period. Got it. So I think one of our core focus areas is always to double down and make our product better for our customers. So our focus is to build the customer intelligence platform for retail and enable these retail businesses to be able to utilize that intelligence across all aspects of their company. And that's something that we're doubling down on over the next few years. At the same time, our initial focus is to double down on the India and Middle East geographies. And then post that, we will look at expanding into other geographies over a 3 to 5 year time span. And of course, the third focus for any company today is building a really strong, enjoyable, happy team, right? That's collected, that's working together to drive the business forward. And we also want to create a great working environment for everybody, right? So these are the 3 core focus areas that we have as a company today. Yes, I think we recently, I think just about a month back, we announced a round that we had raised a $1.6 million round. And right now we're focused on doubling down on execution, growing the business, improving the product, building a better team. And then at some later point, we'll be out in the market again to raise another round. Got it. So I think when we look at commerce marketing automation, our goal is that if you're an end customer, right, and you're interacting with a brand, whether it's from the first time you visit their website to becoming a repeat customer on their website, to walking into the store and making a purchase at the store, or exploring different product options at the store, we want to influence every different aspect of the customer life cycle, right? And how can we engage the customer across every single point across this life cycle? And that's really what we're focused on.
For more updates from CXO TV, please like and subscribe to our channel.